Namaskara to everybody. Let us go to the summary of the chapter first. The name of the chapter is Arjuna Vishada Yoga, the sorrows of Arjuna. The first shloka in the chapter is a question by Dhritarashtra. What is the need of Dhritarashtra in Bhagavad Gita is a question which you may get in your mind. I have to tell you a little about it to understand. The Mahabharata war began. Arjuna had a depression in the war field and a confusion in the war field. He did not know what to do. He requested Krishna to advise it, and he advised and war began. War went on for 11 days. On the 11th day, Bhishma fell in the war field on the bed of arrows. Then Dhritarashtra has got a doubt. He was very confident that his son was going to win the war. But his confidence began to go down. So what he did was he called his charioteer Sanjaya and asked him on the 11th day this question: Dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yusavaha mamaka pandavasyaiva kimakurutta Sanjaya. So he asked Sanjaya, tell me Sanjaya, what did my children and Pandu's children do in the war field where they were eager to fight? Tell me what happened there. What did they do? Tell me that. Sanjaya had a boon from Vyasa where he could see what was happening in the war field 11 days before. Because of just grace by Vyasa Maharshi, Sanjaya tells what went on in the war field 11 days before when the war began. This we have to understand Bhagavad Gita. Sanjaya begins. Your son was prepared to fight the war. All was ready for the war. Pandavas and Kauravas were gathered there. Then Duryodhana went near Dronacharya and told these words. He told Dronacharya to look at the army of Pandavas, which was a big one, which was on that day was managed by Dushtadumna in a particular order. And he also introduces the great warriors on Pandava's side. There are people who are equivalent to Bhima and Arjuna. He names them as Yudamanyu, Virata, Drupada. They are all Maharathis, he says. And he also says about some other people, Dushtaketu, Chekitana, Kashi Raja, Purujit, Kuntiboja, and Shaipya. All great warriors have gathered in the war to fight against us. Continuing the list, Duryodhana says, Yudamanyu is there, Uttamoja is there, Abhimanyu, son of Subhadra, Abhimanyu is there, 5 sons of Draupadi, Upapandavas, they are also there. All of them are Maharathis. All of them are great warriors. They are not to be taken lightly. Such great warriors they are. After giving a picture of the Pandava side, Duryodhana mentions people who have gathered on his side. There are also great people in our side. For your consideration, he says to Dronacharya, let me tell you. You are there. Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnasya. You are there, Bhishma is there, Karna is there, and Krupa is there, Ashwatthama is there, Vikarna is there, Somatati is there, Jayadratha is there. These are the people on our side for your information. You are there, starting from Dronacharya. He says Bhishma, Karna, Krupa, Ashwatthama, Vikarna, Somadatti, etc. And then he continues, these people have come on our side sacrificing their lives. They are all well versed in war. There is no problem with them at all. They are all very well versed in war on the war field. And then he says, ours is a limitless army to Dronacharya. Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam Bhishma virakshitam. The army that is protected by Bhishma is limitless. But the army protected by Bhima is a small one. So he has some confidence here that theirs is a bigger army. And when he said, and he says to Dronacharya, to stay in their rightful places and protect Bhishma on every side. The reason is Bhishma being a Ichamarni, unless Bhishma dies, war will not close. Unless all Pandavas are dead, Bhishma will not stop fighting. Therefore, he tells Dronacharya to protect Bhishma. Not only Drona, every warrior on the Kaurava side must be able to protect Bhishma in the war field. Bhishma was next to Dronacharya in the war field, therefore he heard the comment. To make Duryodhana happy, he roared like a lion and blew his conch. And everybody, that was the time where they used to blow conches and use many sound making instruments that we have in music to do. So every sound making instrument, drums and other things were beaten to make a big sound that would give a fit moment for the beginning of the war. There was a great sound heard in the war field. That is what Sanjaya says. And then Krishna, who was sitting on a white horsed chariot, that too a great chariot, and Arjuna, they also blew their conches. Krishna's conch is called Panchajanya. Arjuna's conch is called Devadatta. Pondram is the conch of Bhima. He also blew the conch. And Yudhishthira blew his conch, which is called Ananta Vijaya. And Nakula and Sahadeva also blew their conches, which were named Sughosha and Manipushpaka. And all the others blew their conches, and all the others blew their conches. And when it happened, war ought to have begun. So when this noise, Sanjaya says, and he gives a clue to Dhritarashtra, brought fear in the hearts of the Kauravas. Noise was so big, it shook their hearts. They were taken aback by the noise. That is what he said. And when everything was ready, Arjuna took his bow in his hand and told Krishna in the war field this word, Senayor Ubayor Madhya Ratam Stapaya Mechyuta. Krishna, stop my chariot between the two armies. He was fully courageous, no doubt in his mind for war. He took his bow and arrow and asked Krishna to stop the chariot in the middle of the battlefield so that he could know with whom he should fight, with whom others should fight. And also want to have a good knowledge who are the people who have come to do good for the Kauravas, who are on the evil side, and who are the people that who have come to be on our side. And when Arjuna said this, Krishna took the chariot to the middle of the warfield and stopped there in front of Bhishma, Drona, and other great kings, said, Pashetan Samavetan Kurun. Look at the gathered Kurus, Krishna said to Arjuna in the warfield. That's the only thing that he says in the first chapter. He stopped the chariot in the middle, asked him to look at. When Arjuna looked, Sanjaya says, he says all his relatives in the warfield. All teachers, grandfathers, uncles, maternal uncle and paternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandson, all the relation that is there between men and men is there in the warfield that he sees. And having seen the gathering, suddenly Arjuna's confidence comes to zero. He says that a great tragedy is going to come to the world if the war happens, and then he says, I have been seeing my own people every side. My body shivers and mouth is getting dry. And I have I cannot even hold the Gandiva, it slips from my hand. I am not even able to stand. I have been seeing all bad omens. There is no meaning in killing our own people, that is what he thinks. So he comes to a conclusion, Na kangshe vijayam Krishna nacha rajyam sukhanecha kinno rajyena govinda kim bhogar jivitenava. Then he says, I don't want the victory, Krishna, by killing these people of our own. And I don't want to gain my kingdom by killing these people and enjoy the beauty of the kinghood. Therefore, there is no meaning in this earning joy by killing these people, and there is no meaning in my living after killing these people. We want kingdom when they are alive. Not that we are going to have a kingdom when all are dead. So that when that is not happening, I don't want to kill them. He again says what Sanjaya had told. Acharyas, Pitra, Putras, Tatayvacha, Pitamaha, Matula, Shushura, Potra, Shala, Sambandhinas Tata. He tells to Krishna, all my relatives are there in both the sides of the army. Teachers, parents, grandparents, children, grandchildren, and brother-in-laws, maternal uncles, and father-in-laws, whatnot, friends. Both the sides, they are only this one. Etan nahantum ichchami gnatopi Madhusudana, he says. I am not going to kill even if I get killed. Krishna, he says. Even if I can get the control over 3 worlds, I am not going to kill these people. And then he goes on giving reason what would happen if he kills. We will only get papa if we kill these poppies. They are the sinners. If we get, if I kill these sinners, I will also get the sin. Therefore, I am not going to kill them at all. I am going to surrender. They don't see the truth. The Kaurava people do not know what is right and what is wrong. They are ready. We all know that there was so much injustice done to the Pandavas by Kauravas. They don't see injustice at all. But we see it. So they do not know this is unjust because of their lobopahata chetasaha. They have greed for country and their thinking has been destroyed. They don't see kulakshaya, that is the destruction of the clan and mitradroha and other things. But he says, we know all this to Krishna. We know what is war, we know what is killing, we know what is going to happen if war happens, and therefore, why don't we get silent and why don't we stop war? And he gives the reason what would happen when war happens. Kulakshaye pranashyanti kuladharmas sanatanaha. The eternal kuladharma will get destroyed if war happens. When dharma is destroyed, adharma will rise its head. When adharma happens, when people are destroyed, ladies will also get polluted. Then there will be a society without parenthood. Disorderly society will be there. And when that happens, the dead people will not even get the pindodaka kriyaha after their death. If we kill all these people, there will be nobody to do the last rites of the people who have gathered in the war field. That will take them to Naraka. That will take them to hell. And they will be suffering in hell for eternally. That will all happen because of our continuing the war. And ultimately, what a great thing that we had decided to do by fighting this war. Better that I got awakened at the right time. Saying so, he drops his bow and arrow, sits down dejected in the back of the chariot. Let them kill me, that is better for me, he says, ready to commit suicide. He sits at the back of the chariot. And then Sanjaya comes in and says, having said these words, he dropped the arrows and bow, sat down in the back of the chariot with the mind full of confusion and sorrow. There we come to the end of the chapter 1. Interestingly, Krishna has not spoken a single word except Pashyetan Samavetan Kurun. So Krishna begins his talk. When we come to the next part of the shloka, real Bhagavad Gita begins with second chapter. Thank you for listening.